Early the next morning, Abraham saddled up his donkey to prepare Isaac his son as an offering before Yahuwah, and Ishmael and Eleazar, Abraham's longtime servant, went together with them. And while Abraham and Isaac walked on, Ishmael and Eleazar spoke these words amongst themselves.
My father Abraham is going with Isaac to bring him up for a burnt offering to Yahuwah, and when he returns, he will give me all his possessions to inherit after him, for I am his firstborn.
Surely Abraham cast you away with your mother and swore to his wife Sarah that you wouldn't inherit any of his possessions, nor give all he has and all his treasures, but unto me, his servant, who has been faithful in his house, who has served him night and day, and has done all that he has desired. To me will he bequeath at his death all he possesses.
And while Abraham proceeded with his son Isaac along the road, Satan came and appeared to Abraham in the figure of a very aged old man, and said,
Are you so silly that you would do this to your only son? For Yah has given you a son in your old age, only to slaughter him, causing him to perish from the earth? Don't you understand there's no way that this can come from Yahuwah?
But Abraham would not hearken to the voice of Satan. And Abraham rebuked him, that he went away. Yet again, Satan returned, this time approaching Isaac in the figure of a handsome young man.
I have a prophecy to reveal to you. Do you know that your father is taking you on this journey to sacrifice you? Therefore, don't listen to him. He's an old, silly man. Let not your precious soul and beautiful figure be lost from the earth.
Father, did you hear what that man said back there? He said you're going to take me to get sacrificed.
Be careful of people who prophesy, but with bad intentions. Do not hearken unto him, for he is Satan, endeavoring to draw us aside from the commands of Yahuwah. Abraham rebuked Satan again, and Satan left them. And seeing he could not prevail over them, he passed before them in the road, and he transformed himself to a large brook of water. And Abraham and Isaac and the two men reached that place, and they saw a brook large and powerful as the mighty waters. But Abraham recognized that place, and he knew that there was no brook there before. I know this place in which there was no brook nor water previously. Now therefore it is this Satan who does all of this to draw us aside from the commandments of Yah. Yahuwah rebuke thee, O Hashatan. Be gone from us, for we go by the commands of Yahuwah. Satan was terrified at the voice of Abraham, and he went away from them, and the place became dry land as it was before. Abraham continued their journey until they had walked for 3 days. And on the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place at a distance which Yah had told him of. And a pillar of fire appeared that reached from the earth to heaven, and a cloud of glory upon the mountain, and the glory of Yahuwah was seen upon the cloud. My son, do you see in that mountain in the distance that which I see upon it?
Yes, I see a pillar of fire and a cloud, and the glory of Yahuwah, which is upon the cloud.
Yes. Eleazar, Ishmael, do you see that which we see upon the mountain, which is in the distance?
No, my lord.
We see nothing more than like the other mountains of the earth.
Abide ye here with the donkey, while I and Isaac will go yonder mount and worship there before Yahuwah, and then will return unto you.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, Father.
Eleazar and Ishmael remained in place as Abraham and Isaac continued up the mount. When they finally reached the peak, father and son proceeded to find stones and mortar to build the altar. After some time, the altar was finally done, but Isaac grew curious because he noticed something important was missing.
Father, behold, I see the knife, I see the stones, and I see the wood. But where is the lamb that is to be slain for the burnt offering?
Well, Yahuwah has chosen you, son, to be a perfect burnt offering instead of the lamb.
That's amazing, Father. I will do all that Yahuwah has spoken to you with joy and a cheerful heart.
Is there any doubt or fear in your heart concerning this?
No, Father, as Yahuwah lives, nothing in my heart will cause me to deviate either to the left or to the right from the word that he has spoken. Blessed be Yahuwah, who has chosen me to be a burnt offering before him this day.
Abraham rejoiced at the words of Isaac, and he bound him and placed him upon the altar to slay him for a burnt offering before Yahuwah. Tears of joy ran down Abraham's face as Isaac too wept. Their eyes wept whilst the heart rejoiced. And Isaac stretched forth his neck before his father, and Abraham raised his knife to slay his son as a sacrifice unto Yahuwah.
Lay not thine hand upon the lad, for now I know that you fear me in performing this act, and in not withholding your only begotten son from me.
And Abraham lifted up his eyes, and behold, a ram was caught in a thicket by its horns. For Yahuwah prepared the ram from the day he made the heavens and the earth to be a burnt offering on that very day, instead of Isaac. As the ram advanced to Abraham, Satan caught hold of him and entangled his horns in the thicket, that he might not advance to Abraham, in order that Abraham might indeed slay his son. But upon seeing the ram, Abraham fetched him and brought him before the altar. He loosed his son Isaac from his bindings, and he put the ram in his stead. And Abraham sacrificed the ram upon the altar and brought it up as an offering in the place of his son Isaac. This is in the place of my son. May this be considered this day as the blood of my son before Yahuwah.
Because you have done this, I will bless thee, and I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand upon the sea. And thy seed shall possess the gates of his enemies. And in thy seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice.
And Abraham finished his service by the altar, and the service was accepted before Yahuwah, and it was accounted as if it had been Isaac. And Yahuwah blessed Abraham and his generations from that day. And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh, as it is said to this day.